All right, welcome back. This video was one of my favorites to make because this is such a huge breakthrough for so many women. Knowing what labs to run changes the game. When your labs come back normal from your doctor, it's like saying that we didn't ask the right question or we didn't look in the right place. So maybe you've done labs already with your doctor. Maybe even more than once. You've looked at blood work, you've looked at hormone panels and thyroid tests, you've checked the boxes, and what did they tell you? Everything looks normal, huh? Just keep trying or come back in 6 months. But you're still tired, you're still bloated, and you're still not pregnant. And deep down, you know something is off. You can feel it in your gut, in your energy, in your cycle. Let's be real. If your labs are normal, but your body's not, it's time to ask better questions and to look deeper. Because here's the truth most doctors won't say out loud. They're trained to look for disease. I'm trained to look for dysfunction, and this is where the real answers live. Here's why your OB keeps saying everything looks fine when clearly it's not. Blood work is designed to catch diseases. It's not built to detect what's coming. It misses the slow breakdown that's happening years before you get a diagnosis. So yeah, your TSH might be normal, but your adrenals could be running on fumes, and your gut could be inflamed, your minerals bottomed out, your hormones not binding, and your labs, they wouldn't say a word. That's why I run specific functional medicine labs like the hair tissue mineral analysis or HTMA, and I run a series of gut tests because they show what blood work can't. Only 2% of your minerals are stored in your blood, and blood is designed to be homeostatic, meaning it's designed to be balanced. So we rarely see imbalances in blood work, and when we do, it's a huge red flag. Something is off. With the hair tissue mineral analysis test, or HTMA, it looks at your deep reserves, your long-term stress patterns, your metabolic type, your mineral blueprint, and your minerals, well, they're not optional. They're the actual engine behind your entire reproductive system. Let's break it down, and I just want to preview a little bit of this for you. So we're going to look at your sodium and potassium because it's going to tell us about your adrenal strength. Think ovulation. Magnesium is going to tell us about your calm, level of stress, your sleep, and your period flow. When we look at calcium, we're going to look at your hormone sensitivity. Is it too high or are your receptors jammed? We're going to look at zinc and copper, and that's going to tell us about your egg quality, your estrogen and progesterone balance, and your detox pathways. When we look at your gut tests, we're looking for, do you have yeast overgrowth or candida, which is super common, but that's going to cause inflammation, cravings, and low absorption. We'll also check to see if there are biofilms and bacterial infections that could be stealth pathogens that are absolutely sabotaging your fertility. We're also going to look for signs of sluggish bile and look at your enzyme output. It's going to help us to understand if you're not detoxing estrogen properly. And we're also going to look for signs of leaky gut and inflammation because that will increase miscarriage risk and hormone chaos. And guess what? This is the stuff your doctor isn't testing, but it's exactly what's blocking your fertility. All right, story time again. One of my clients that came to me had normal labs from her doctor, but she'd been trying for over a year. We ran an HTMA test and it showed depleted sodium and sky-high calcium, which meant she wasn't detoxing properly. We supported her minerals, cleared inflammation, and she's now a boy mom to a 4 and a 2-year-old. This is not silver bullet, quick, easy work. This is much deeper root cause work for women who are serious about becoming a mama naturally. Women who are absolutely sure that they want to make sure that they can get pregnant and stay pregnant. I show you what the work is and how to not get overwhelmed and give up on your dream of having a baby. I help you know exactly what to do and what your body is trying to say. And I always say, I can't help you if you don't show up. But if you show up, I won't let you down. But here's the deal with labs. Normal doesn't mean optimal. Most doctors are looking at a wide range to catch disease. But fertility happens in optimal values. Fertility happens in thriving bodies. Fertility is about having overflow of health. It's a frequency of abundance. It's not in survival mode. It's not in barely coping mode. So if you have been told your labs are normal, but you also are bloated every day, or your periods are irregular or painful, if you're anxious, exhausted, or constipated, or if you just feel off and no one can explain why, then no, you're not fine. Your body is whispering, and if you don't listen, it will start screaming. That's the difference between conventional and functional testing. Conventional labs wait until it's broken. Functional labs catch the pattern before it crashes, because your symptoms, they're not random. They're not unrelated to fertility. They are fertility. Your gut, your mood, and your fatigue, your sleep, your skin, it's all connected. And once we start listening, that's when healing gets real. Here's the next question that I get all the time. Okay, but what do I actually do with all of this? Do I detox? Do I work on my gut health? You said something about hormones, or do I just try again and hope that it sticks the next time? This is why in the next video, I'm going to break it all the way down. I want you to know what phase of your fertility journey are you in. This is a roadmap. This is where you figure out what to focus on and what to stop wasting time on. Because most women are jumping ahead. They're chasing hormones and chasing ovulation, and they're totally skipping the work that actually makes a body baby ready. So if you want to know what phase you're in, don't miss this. We're about to connect all the dots. And I want you to really ask yourself, so what happens when we actually have this kind of data? HTMA, gut health, mineral patterns, nervous system load. Well, we can stop guessing, and we can stop wasting time, and we can stop throwing supplements at the wall and hoping something sticks. Instead, we're going to build a protocol that's custom designed one-to-one for your biology. It's going to be designed for your stress type and your gut and your minerals. It's going to be aligned for what your body is actually asking for, because we look at things like, do we need to clear yeast? Do we need to open up your detox pathways? Do we need to rebuild your mineral base so your hormones can finally land? Do we need to support your adrenals so your ovulation can return? This is the most important work that most women are not doing. But it's also how I've helped so many women go from exhausted and unexplained to confident and conceiving. So if you're ready to stop guessing and finally get answers, I want you to book the Fertility Clarity Call. It's your time, and this is the step where we figure out exactly what your body needs to move forward. This is a real call with me, where we'll walk through your quiz results and your symptoms and your story and start mapping the way forward. No pressure, just clarity. So if you're still asking, what am I missing? This is how we find out.